The silence at the end, when it was all over, it felt wrong.
She's here.
What in the Annabelle on RuPaul's Drag Race did we just watch? I made it, but I have no idea what it's about. All I wanted to do was to show you how I would shoot a shot in my bathroom, and somehow I ended up doing too much. I just wanted to show you how I got from this, which is what my bathroom looks like on any day, to this, which looks great. But then I remember that I had some credits on an AI video generating platform, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try it and and I just did too much. But let's focus on how to light a shot in a small dark space, such as a bathroom. So I guess the way this shot is could work depending on the narrative, but for me, it is obvious that whatever it is that is happening in this shot would be focused on whatever is going on in the sink. Maybe I just took a pregnancy test and I saw that there are like 6 lines instead of 2, and I'm like freaking out. What's happening? The lighting is not helping tell that story. So what I need to do is take the focus away from my shiny head, which is a very attractive shiny head, but not important in this narrative, and take it all the way down here. This is the brightest spot in the shot, and I want here to be the brightest shot in the spot. Well, not exactly the brightest, but like the most interesting. I want everything to lead to that place. The first thing I do when I'm lighting a shot like this or any other shot is to turn off all the lights and see what's going on. There's a bulb on the ceiling here, which is casting a tungsten-ish light in the hallway. It's not really a vibe, it's just a bulb. It's not a mood, and it's definitely not doing anything to the inside of the bathroom. What I'm gonna do is try and make a vibe or a mood in that space, and that influences what we're gonna do to this space. So I did that by placing a light mat out in the hallway and bouncing it up on the ceiling, and this just raised the general level of the hallway. I also had a Godox 150D with a snoot projector attached. I put a floral pattern which created pools of light and shadow, which look more interesting when they land on objects. I just had it facing this direction, so it's like there's a window or a door here, which actually there is, and light is pouring in. And one thing I didn't like about the location was the fact that this is empty. And you can see here that everything is busy. There's a lot going on in the background except here. And I don't like that. So I put one of my wigs in there. This one is called Annabelle, and she's fancy. And you can see how the light from the Godox 150D just pours on everything, and it gives you the impression that it is broad daylight. There's light coming through a window or a door, and it's noon, and this person doesn't have a job, and there's something going on. It's my story. So now that we have a vibe and a mood outside the bathroom, that obviously seeps in. So we've created a little bit of an ambience, and I think that's what I was trying to do by lighting the hallway. It's that it creates an ambience that seeps into the bathroom, and then I can work with that by enhancing it. And the first thing I would try to do is to figure out a way to put a light inside the bathroom in such a way as to raise these levels here, because there's absolutely nothing here. But the problem is, if I would light the subject directly, then it would not be motivated, in the sense that where's the light coming from? Is there another light in the bathroom? It wouldn't make sense if there's another light in the bathroom. because we know that there is a light here, or there should be a light here. So where's the light from there coming from? So what I did is to put an LED panel right behind the camera, right about here, and bounce it from the opposite wall. So I get this, which is a gentle lift of the shadows, and it doesn't really have a defined direction. Like, you can't really tell where it's coming from. It's obviously coming from in front of the subject, but it doesn't raise questions. The shadows have just been lifted. It has no personality, it has no direction. That's exactly what I want, because now I can start to play around with some key lights. Well, you should have only one key light, but here I guess I had two. The first of which is the bathroom light, which I replaced. Now this right here was uncontrollable. I couldn't put it on a dimmer. It's an IKEA light that I plugged into the socket. So what I did was to use one of my LED tubes, which is perfect for this because I can dim it. This is actually at the lowest level possible. It's not that dimmable, and it does kind of throw a highlight on my head, which would be totally fine if I had hair. So this is a me problem. I do have hair. It's right there, and her name is Annabelle. So yeah, I have part one of my key light, but it's not enough because now we're back to base one. We're back to the way it was before. The only difference now is that I can control the temperature and I can control the intensity, which I have done here. So it's better than where we were before, and we have levels. We can see that. So now that we are kind of back to the starting point, I'm gonna make an addition that wasn't there before in the form of a practical. Now, a practical is any source of light you can see in a shot. This is a practical. You can see it, and it also affects the shot. Practicals don't necessarily affect the shot itself. They are lights that you can see. So now I'm gonna bring another practical and put it right here, and the results are bam. By adding this, I have done a couple of things. The first thing is I feel that I've lit the subject, because now we can see his face fully, we can see the body, all the levels seem right, and the light is coming from such an angle that we have light, shadow, light. So basically we are shooting into the shadow and we're not shooting from there. And for me, it's really important to shoot into the shadow, because shooting into the lit side of a person's face is just boring. It's flat. The second thing that it is doing is it's serving as an eye light. You can see this little glint in my eye. That's because it's lighting the basin, the sink, and everything is white here, and you're seeing all of that reflected in my eye, and it just gives the character life. The third thing that it is doing is that it is creating a point of interest here. Well, not necessarily creating it, but rather it is helping direct attention to there, because the character is looking at something that's happening there. The way it was in the past, there's nothing going on there. It's just dark. While here, we have this glow that's coming from whatever he's looking at. So it helps us build the mystery. You know, what's gonna happen? Is he pregnant? Is he gonna flush down the drugs? So I would shoot this shot like this, but I just felt that the character did not pop, and it's not really a lighting issue now. It's a wardrobe thing, because the walls are blue, the thing in the back is blue. So what's the easy solution? Take something complementary like red. And now the red pops against the blue. I'm definitely going to be able to do a lot more with this color palette and color grading than with the blue on blue. So yeah, let's go check that out. Now, I don't want to do much with the color grading because I am trying out a plugin called Dehancer, which is a film emulation plugin that I have wanted to use for a long time. When I say film emulation, yes, apparently it imitates the look of film stocks, of different film stocks, and it does it very accurately. However, when I say film stock, for me, there are certain things about the film look that I like, and those things aren't necessarily retro looking. I haven't figured out how to put those in words. I'm working on it. I'm testing this plugin, and I'm gonna make a full video about Dehancer, but let's see what it looks like.
The silence at the end. When it was all over. It felt wrong.
She's here.
Oh my god, I can't believe you watched that again. It's trash, it's trash. But if you are interested in how I generated the AI videos, I used a platform called Kling AI. Drop a comment if you'd like me to get into this in a future video. And by the way, all the sound effects are from Epidemic Sounds, who are the sponsors of today's video. Not yet. But if you want to check it out, there is a link in the description with a 7-day free trial. Okay, that's it. Bye.